We are live. Welcome to the SIYP podcast, Uncensored Show. I know we have kind of disappeared for the whole month of February, but that was because of technical issues on my part and microphone and traveling and all of that. So we're all back. We're all here. Hello, team.
Hola.
Hello.
So with that, I want to see quickly each one of us talking about how, like the ups, the downs, the crazies of February was, and how our week has been. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So February, I drove down to Florida with my mom and setting her up in her house and found a gym here in Port St. Lucie in Florida and been working out, just training and building my business. And that's where I've been really I was hoping I was going to have clients by now. I haven't had any, so and my bank account keeps going down and down and down. So it's just like stressful. It's just like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Because it felt like I was supposed to have something this month because Spirit told me about the middle of February is when things are going to start shifting and there's going to be a lot of movement start happening. And there just hasn't been a client yet. So it's just like, oh my goodness. So it's about giving up that stress, the and oh my God, what's going to happen? And so, and in this time, I've also signed for a sales course because I was just like, I need sales training. And so it's just money is just leaving. But soon money is going to come in because I am starting to see the movement, the shifts seem to happen. And so I've declared, I said, I'm going to have 10 clients in March. And so I've asked their questions. It's not like I wonder where my customers are going to come from. So it's just like, I know I'm going to have 10 clients. So where are these 10 paying clients coming from? And that's the question I'm starting to ask now. And the answers are coming to me. So now I've actually signed up for the LinkedIn Navigator, which is about doing cold outreaching on LinkedIn. So I'm started to do that and see the movement coming. So
I
it's like all
remember.
of our lives.
Sorry, go
There's
ahead.
movement, and when movement stops, that's when you start getting worried because there's no possibility going forward if everything stops.
I remember from the
So it's
last
like,
podcast we uploaded, you specifically mentioned about the possibility of living our life like a movie. And I see
mhm.
that in relation now to your power in declaring a declaration or an intention. Like, I'm going to have 10 customers, 10 clients in March, um, which is cool. And I see with that, juggling, whatever you need to juggle, the finances and all of that, you're still able to work in movement to your declaration or intention.
Yes, exactly. And things start moving towards that. So actually, yesterday I was talking to the real estate, and
Sir, your
this came
connection is I don't know if it's just me, but I
no,
can't.
it's I don't have a great connection.
Okay, so could you just repeat what you just
I
said? Yeah.
Yeah, so my mom saw the real estate agent yesterday, and the real estate agent, she goes, "What do you do?" I said, "Well, I'm a shaman." Told her a little bit about that. She goes, "Oh," and then she goes, "My friend is actually looking for someone to actually rent some space from her just here in Stuart, Florida." And I don't know if 2 months would be worthwhile to actually rent a space, but actually making that connection. So I'm starting to see the movement come towards me. And that is just beautiful to see. So I actually could maybe even give them like referral fees, and then because I can just do my work remotely, and then when I go back home, I would still have like a referral partner. So who
Yeah.
knows? The possibilities are just endless, and they're out there as long as I keep moving towards my 10 clients, keep doing things to move towards that, then possibilities will keep coming my way.
I think baby Rebecca on the call also can affirm to what I'm about to say. Farah, my sister, has also shared with me the collaboration with an intention and a declaration by just adding these three words and even more. So you don't like subconsciously or unintentionally limit yourself to that seal of 10, but
Even
you're
better. Sorry.
sorry, and even better. So it's like 10
Yeah.
clients in March and even better. So you're just like welcoming more in that movement.
Well, yeah, because then saying that, I like that. Saying that it's because we think small. Humans think small because we think we can only do things in a specific way. But when God's involved, it becomes a much bigger project that we don't see. So that's where that phrase be and even better,
Mm,
because that's actually recognizing that God's coming in and actually doing work to actually make it even better.
yeah. So I'm
I like
feeling a
that.
lot
Thank you.
of, worries. Yeah. Thank Farah. Thank you, Farah, for being on this call too. So I'm getting a lot of detachment from, whatever shows up. There's not really fear per se, but it was the acknowledgement of that detachment, intentionality, that anything in the last couple days or week.
Um, no, I had a talk with my mom because she's just like she's asking everyone if she should sell or keep it, and she's like, okay, well, hell is this? I said you're in hell. I said you're living in hell, and she goes, this doesn't look like hell. I was like, well, hell is the state of mind, and if you are just in a state of mind of confusion, that's hell because nothing can move forward in that. You're just stopping yourself from doing anything. So I
Mm,
think she's choosing heaven, and that is going to be whatever it is for her.
it's so beautiful. I could say
Yeah,
she's stepping into her power and becoming the best version of herself through you.
exactly. And that's heaven. That is heaven when we step into who we truly are, stepping into our version of who we
Mm, I agree. Anything else for you, David?
are. No, I am complete.
Okay. Who wants to go next? Thank you, David.
If I can just say something, I think it's beautiful when you do the opposite. So it's not your parents who help you to be a better version of yourself, then it's you who do it for your parents. So yeah, congratulations. That's really amazing.
I like that. Thank
Baby, let's keep the flow with you. Let's go into your share. What showed up for you? Ups, downs, all rounds for February.
Yes, it was a lovely month. Hmm, a lot of things. Like sometimes I feel that like every day is like a movie, not just the whole month or something. I have no idea how to start. In this month, there was a lot of judgment, a lot of fear, um, but a lot of gratitude and detachment. And yeah, I think I'm still in like everyone is on progress, but like I had conflicts with my best friend again, and with Session obviously, and um, I had a lot of judgment and everything. I don't really want to get into details because there was a lot of different things. I think if I just pick one, I would say I'm still processing how to handle my own storms. So when I have a misunderstanding or I overestimate something what's happening or I overreact of someone's reaction, it's never like someone who I don't, have a strong connection. It's always like my partner or my best friend. with my dad we have our own, like 5 minutes getting each other pissed off, and then we hang up the phone and we call each other sorry. But like this is our uh, kind of routine. But but yeah, I think it was a lot like based on the fact that Rashan had to go to the Olympic, and he left. Like I was alone with the dogs and everything for like 6 days, but I think I told you last time. And then like we came back, and I got back home with €1 on my on my bank account, not the savings but the bank account. And I was like, this happened like once or twice before we lived together. So this is like, didn't really happen lately. So I was so in panic mode, and I was working so much. And these storms just in I mean like these storms can really help me out, baby. Okay, I have don't find my words here,
No,
but
no,
can really
like,
ruin everything if
yeah.
I'm not trying to control what I'm saying or how I react.
Yeah, so like just to go into, I don't really want to take a lot of your limelight, but what do you mean by a storm? Because I have my definition of your storm, but what do you mean when you're in the storm? What does that look like for people listening?
Okay, so probably as you experienced, it's like um when all the little I, the monkey in my head, just say things like and try to. I think that everyone is against of me, and no one understands me, or no one helps me, or no one really listen to me. So I don't have that. I have the space to bitch about something or complain. Um, and it just when the lights are flashing all around of me, and I cannot control this anger, so I have to, just get it out of my body, and I put it someone else. So actually, it doesn't matter how you react. Like how it happened before we went to the Olympics. Like I was freaking out, like I won't have enough money for the whole trip, because then I realized it's not enough. I just get to Milan, and then what? I have to eat. I have to, I want to go to museum. I want to walk around. I want to get something for myself. So I didn't realize how much money do I really need for the trip, and also that I have to handle the dogs and the traveling and organize everything alone. And he left me here for fun and like everything. Um, and then the time I had my arguments with my best friend as well, who was like, try to juggle me with the situations, and she was really understanding. She was really listening to me. But then I was complaining why you are not like, I don't know, understand me better, or why you don't really hear me out. So yeah, these kind of things.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, I'm working on this.
so what I also just want to add to that, and baby love, correct me or if something doesn't align, but I think here the major distinction or classification we can give meaning to what a storm is. It's just probably that major sense of overwhelmness, where everything just shows up, and it's like the hypothetical rain and the hypothetical thunderstorms and the noise and the lightning is like the flashing, right? So what we discover, and I think all of us have this in ourselves too, where we can realize and grab it immediately while it's happening, or we don't even know what's going on, but we're just, like all over the place. So I think it's completely something that will happen. And what I feel is really great when you say that you're working on it, it's not like identifying this, like, why is this happening to me? But I think the power that you're doing in working on this is just realizing what's going on. Because when you realize that, okay, I'm in the storm now, hello thunder, hello lightning, hello flashing lights, you are then able to not be controlled by the storm, but you control the storm, right? So the work in identifying, oh, okay, I have this and this and this that is showing up for me, the money, the planning, the expectations and everything, and then reality is just like no, you are now able to be like, okay, I see that I'm bitchy. I see that I'm snappy. Not as something wrong, but more like something that this is what's happening. And and I think it kind of also goes with what David was saying. All of that showed up for him, the clients, the finances, the etc. But the more that you work out like the muscles on his arm, the, the more you work out that 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 ability, that awareness, the more you're able to then just be like, oh, hi there, fear. Hide their judgment, hide their everything. I got this, and detach, right? So you step out of the does that make sense, Rebecca? Like, baby?
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I think we had a really nice conversation like lately when we were like, yeah, but like in the past, when we had the potatoes, like the ex boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, we were more like understandable and we were like covering them and try to like gaslight ourselves. That's what they do, but they, because they were really doing shitty things, then we were like, no, it's okay, I forgive them, I have to like be a better version of myself, this is like a test, like a change, a challenge. And so we were always trying to save them in our way, and now when something happens, we are like more reactive. And I think this helped me to, I mean, our conversation helped me also to see it in a different way, that I should not be reactive so much. And and now when I'm really with a partner who is there for me and like completely different than the persons before, um, then I will try to have to detach from the beginning and don't think of him that he's against of me, even when he says something. It doesn't mean that we don't have arguments or misunderstandings or whatever, but I think lately we handle it a little better and we don't try to kill each other from the beginning.
David, I
um,
don't know, David, you wanted
yeah.
to say something?
I just wanted to say it's awesome that you've recognized this, because when we don't recognize that these thoughts are taking us over, then we are the victim of those thoughts. We're the victim of what's through our body, and stepped into power. You're observing that, you're like, wait a minute, I this isn't serving me. This is not serving Zeshan, my boyfriend. So let's shift this. And this that's beautiful. It takes time to actually shift it as well, but you're doing the work, which is observing, because observation is power. That's why my email is observationspower@gmail.com. So you can actually, when we're in it, we can go, wait a minute, what's going on here? And that's what you're doing. So that's beautiful. You've taken your power back.
Just a little
And
thing to
it'll
put
Thank you
in
get
so
there.
messy.
Yeah.
much.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Just a little bit. We're
Yes.
fiancés, we're engaged, but yeah. But thank you, David. I still appreciate that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't haven't told us that.
Yeah, we got engaged in Tulum, but yeah, that happened at the beginning of this year. Another thing that we've created in this awareness, because yes, observation is power. Like thinking about it, it's what we observe and how we choose to work with that. Absolutely. Um, Baby, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go into my share just so that we can also have time for Hazel. But Rebecca, is there anything else you want to share?
No, but you have to ask me if I feel completed.
Are are you complete?
I'm completed, yes.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So for me, it's pretty much the same scenario. It's pretty much, oops. Okay, hold on. Let me just turn that back up. My volume was down. Can you guys hear me all good? Yeah, okay. So for me, it was pretty much the same. We even I had my personal judgments, my fears, my resistance. There was a lot of things in Milan that showed up. And similar to what Rebecca was saying, it's interesting because when those things showed up for me, I needed to project it somewhere. And sadly, my fiance was caught in the fire. Um, but like what we noticed from all of this, just to recap the whole of the month, in the awareness and in the in the identifying what is going on, I think it's really great that both of us, and for myself mainly, stepping into a better version, because through the observation, like exactly like what David said, I realized that the things I'm doing or the way I was being in that moment is something that doesn't serve me. So being aware of something that doesn't serve me allowed me to pull the plug of the energy I was giving to it consciously or unconsciously, fueling this hypothetical storm that I'm complaining, why is it impacting me while I'm the source of it? So just being aware of it, I was able to like let go of it, and I admire and acknowledge my partner every time because I'm just like, if she was not there to stand for me in our conversation, I would be spiraling and I wouldn't be supportive to her when she's going through that space too. So that communication, identifying the fear, the judgments, the times we want to rip each other's hair out, but then realizing uh where we stand in our partnership, I think was the biggest breakthrough this month. Yeah. And with that, I am complete.
That was beautiful.
Okay. Um, yeah, so first of all, I have to say I have resistance to being here today because I didn't have a great sleep last night, so I'm feeling kind of crappy and kind of grumpy. But hearing everybody, oh, fireworks, hearing everybody talk and being with you guys, I'm feeling my energy levels go up. So it's really, thank you guys. So let's see, February. Um, Lots of stuff physically, I'll say health wise. I mentioned this in our previous attempted recording that I'm going through like a perimenopause. And so I've been having like mood swings, and there was a couple of times where I was really bitchy to my partner, my husband, Dwayne, and and it was because of, hormone levels. Oh, 10
You got time.
minutes.
You got time.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah. And it's because of hormone levels. So this week I actually went to my doctor, and she recommended estrogen gel, and I'm going to start taking that. And also other physical things. My knees, I have arthritis in my knees. So then my knees have been really swollen and stiff. And that hadn't put me in the best mood either because, David's shaking his head because physically I felt like an old lady. Yeah. You
And
want
knee
to say
pain's
something?
awful. And knee pain is awful.
Yeah, yeah. So my doctor helped with that as well. She gave me some medication, and it's feeling better now. Um, at work, I actually realized I made a mistake at work, and it was just on, let's see, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday this week that I realized I made this mistake. So I missed putting an expense in an expense report that was supposed to be allocated for the previous year's budget. And so, my mind started going, doing what it usually does. And it was like all those thoughts. Oh my God, I made a mistake. Oh my God, that was so stupid. Oh my God, blah, blah.
It's the
That kind of
hypothetical
thing.
storm.
Yeah, the storm. And then I stopped myself and I thought, okay, this was like at 5:30 on Wednesday, and I had the next 2 days off. So I was like, okay, I can't do anything about it now. I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to fix it on Monday. And of course, I have to let the people who monitor the budget know, what happened, and also the person who the expense was supposed to go to. So, I I went through that storm Rebecca was talking about, and then I said, well, the storm is not serving me right now. The storm is not going to help me fix this, right? And so I just stopped it. And that was like being the best version of myself because in the past I couldn't stop it. Or I would be in the storm a lot longer, you know. I'd be in the storm for like, I don't know, days, right? And this time it took, I think it took me about like half an hour, which for me is progress. And yeah, because I just kind of like mentally slapped myself, and I was like, it's not helping the situation at all. And so, and it's not like nobody makes a mistake at work. Like everybody makes mistakes at work, and I don't make that many mistakes. So, it's not like, they're gonna fire me for making this mistake.
One thing I'm hearing in what you're sharing is it's also very important to recognize the language and the words we are using in
Hmm.
those moments, you know? Because when we're in this hypothetical storm, I think that's going to be the topic of this podcast, like the storm. When we're in this
Storm.
storm, we tend to lose control of what we're saying internally or externally to who's around us. And sometimes the worst people that get impacted are ourselves.
Hmm.
Like, oh, I'm so dumb or I'm so stupid. How could I do this? And those are heavy words. One thing I've always realized is if someone says that to my face, I could just be like, thank you for sharing, and I'm good. But when I say that to myself, that stays, or worse, someone I
Yeah.
love. So
Yeah.
if you look at yourself as someone you love and you say that by mistake, we can be careful of also what we're saying.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's not an expression of love to ourselves.
Hmm.
And actually, even mentioning about slapping yourself across, like
Hmm.
figuratively slapping yourself, because
Mentally.
those, yeah, but those thoughts aren't necessarily your thoughts either.
Hmm.
It's just something that triggered for some reason,
Yeah.
is like anger wells up with this for immediately, and that may not be us. And it's fantastic that you've like, it's phenomenal that we're only in for 30 minutes. That's like incredible. 30 minutes from 2 days. That's amazing.
Yeah,
So I
still
just want
Yeah.
to
progress.
acknowledge you for
Yeah.
that.
I actually just realized something that that tape that ran when I made a mistake was actually the voice of a teacher who bullied me in class. So yeah. Oh, sorry. You want to say something?
Forgive that teacher.
What's that?
You need to forgive that teacher.
Yeah.
And how you forgive them is just like forgive them and just see them in front of you. And
Hmm.
just imagine it too, like going from your third eye to their third eye, and
Hmm.
just fill them up until they completely disappear in the light.
I think that's gonna take something because right now, if I picture them in front of me, I want to punch their face.
That's fine. Then that keeps bringing up things that you need to let
Yeah.
go and to forgive,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's not doing things to them. It's happening to you.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not bothering them at all. You're not that you have this towards them, but it is affecting you.
Yeah. I don't even know if that teacher's still alive.
Yeah. So forgive,
Yeah.
I
let go.
Yeah.
think, yeah, I think from all of this, again, the best thing to acknowledge is you are aware. So you know what's there. Now it's there, it's clear. Taking the action,
Hmm.
declaring intentionality, or even just stating the act of being in forgiveness is better than, just seeing it and letting it overcome you. Intentionally, unintentionally, subconsciously, consciously, whatever it is, just coming to clarity with that because like there is some resistance for me, and I'm like, oh, I know all of this, but I'm not gonna forgive them. But now there's something I can act on. There's an opportunity there compared to being like, I don't understand what's going on or where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So great.
So I think we have, okay. I just want to quickly go through the forgiveness exercise, like part of it. So the forgiveness exercise is on our website, SIYP. And so I'm going to imagine this teacher in front of me, and I'm just going to talk directly to the teacher. And I'm like, I forgive you for humiliating me in front of the class and embarrassing me in front of the class. And I felt so ashamed because I couldn't answer the question, the math question that you gave me, that you put me on the spot, because my mind just froze. And I forgive you for not remembering how much that hurt me and how everybody was looking at me in the class like I was stupid. And I forgive you that I'm still carrying this today. And I forgive you for not being the teacher that I needed. Instead of being gentle to me, you were harsh. And I forgive you that you made such an impact on me. And I forgive myself for letting you take away my power. And I forgive myself for keeping this energy in me because I don't need it. And this isn't the person that I really am. And I give back.
Okay. Go ahead, Hazel.
So I was just about to say when we got cut off, I give myself back the power and the energy and the charge of that situation. And I'm giving it back also to the universe to disperse the energy wherever it needs to go. Whew.
I think I'm gonna try and do the hearts that Rebecca tried to do earlier. Let's see if it works. There we go.
All
There.
right. Thank you.
Now, but Hazel, I think that there is not to be a plug for SIYP, but like that's actually what we do. That's actually what we do. That piece of the forgiveness exercise is something, Hazel, I think you actually did put together.
Yes.
Um, and
Yeah.
it speaks so beautifully into detaching all the elements of our program and all of the elements that we actually have this in our system. We actually do have the ability to do this. We just don't see ourselves powerful enough to do so. Um, and we
Yeah.
got vulnerability, we got regain of self, identity. We effed off resistance and all of that, which was really powerful. So.
Yeah. And that was only part of the forgiveness exercise, and I kind of modified it to what I felt was right in this moment. So, yeah. And
Anything
now
else for? Yeah.
I just want to say, I felt really crappy when we first started the podcast, and now I feel so much better.
Actually, with that, I do still want to offer the opportunity for people listening. Like, if you want to join on the call, it's a free call. If you want to share and be crazy with us, go ahead because I mean, I think that resistance for me shows up sometimes too. I'm like, oh God, I have to set up, I have to do the call, I have to do all that, I have to be. But it's just us sharing.
Yeah, yeah, and being there for each other. Yeah.
If I can add something before we close. So first of all, it was beautiful. That's what Session also said about the vulnerability. It's power. Like being vulnerable, it's powerful. And it was so real. I think that's why people even listen to this podcast and everything, because this is real, that we share and we are vulnerable and we are aware of what we are doing. And also, I wanted to say, like, basically, all the negativity, what comes even to our mind that we are stupid, we are not good enough, we are not beautiful, stuff like this. It's not. It's like, so when you were born, you are not born. You were not born with all these thoughts. These everything coming from outside. Like
Mm-hmm.
people would put the stamp on you in school, in the society, in the past relationships, friendships, whatever, where you felt you are not good enough. And especially school can have a really bad impact on people. And and this is what we have to like give up and say no. We are good enough as we are. We don't have to be perfect. No one is perfect,
Yeah.
but I'm complete with incompleteness. That also Session say a lot of
Yeah.
times. So I think it was really amazing, and I just would like to join a little bit. I'm not gonna do the forgiveness part now, but like what I realized based on what you said, David, and what you said, Hazel, is that, for example, for me, every time when I'm in the storm with Session, I have a moment, and for me, I really have to be careful what I'm saying to him at that time. So I'm in a storm, I'm still holding myself back, and he doesn't really know about it a lot of times. That and I don't think I really shared this with you before. That every time I just want to escape, I just want to push him away, and I just want to end this relationship right away because I'm like, I don't need this stress. Leave me alone. Like you cause me all this shit, and I don't need it. And then I'm realizing at this time, at that moment, that no, I want him. I want this relationship, and it's not about the relationship. It's about me. I have to work on this. He doesn't have anything to do with that at that time when I'm in my own storm. And I'm pretty sure it's from the fact that I held into these relationships in my past for too long. So when I had the chance to, move on and break it, I didn't, because I convinced myself that I have to stay. And now when I could leave when I fuck ever I want to do it, because no one like hold me back, like force me, to stay, then I'm like, okay, let's give it up. Why not? Like so, and also somehow I think our brain works like when everything is fine, and you are like you have your supportive partner beside of you, and your relationship is good enough. Your brain is try to make an excuse to don't be happy, and like, okay, I will catch him with this thing that he's not supportive, or I don't know, he doesn't care about me, or whatever, just to end the happiness. This is like a self-sabotage. So these things I'm also going through. I'm just not sharing this with him because why would I do it? Like, it doesn't, I mean, it wouldn't serve me at that time, and it wouldn't serve our relationship at this moment. So yeah, I think it's like some self-work as well.
Like also just a small thing to wrap up here. One thing I want to say, your example does apply to a lot of us, but like in different scenarios. Where what you mentioned about the brain, that it does that, it may not necessarily be the brain wanting to ruin a happy moment, but it could be the brain just trying to keep us safe, small, protected, and comfortable. Because if you had to go into a state where you had to challenge yourself, like what Hazel just went through, like she put herself out there, that's what the uncomfort is. So in your case, it was, oh, everything is good, and I have this supportive partner. How do I, which could be like self-sabotage there, but other people have it like self-sabotage in a promotion, in talking to their parents, asking that girl or guy out. There could be so many other things where our brain is like, no, don't do that. Like, no, it's going okay for you. As it is right now is safe, right? So your example completely valid. And just for people listening to that that relate to what Rebecca is sharing or don't understand it, consider like that voice in your head that's always talking. It's the monkey. Yeah.
I would not say it's always, I mean, yes, sometimes it's protection, like based on past experiences. Mute yourself, baby, please. And because I hear myself. And yeah, we live in the same house. But like, um, so sometimes it's protection. But like, although sometimes it's like we try to keep ourselves from being happy and being fulfilled. It's not protection. So sometimes it's protection, but sometimes it's not protection. It's exactly the opposite. Like, I think girls can relate to me better in this case because, like, when we find a guy who is, like perfect, everything, whatever, based on the past experience, is not following random girls on Instagram or, whatever. And then we go into his Instagram sometimes and check if he's following other girls or if he started following other girls. I'm not saying I did it with you, but I did this in the past. And like when we realized, oh, but this guy is following other girls. I started following other girls, and I don't know. I went through on his phone because I was curious, and I was like, "Oh no, I should not do it," but I'm doing it. And then we found things we didn't want to find, and sometimes it's just like you really want to find something what is not perfect, so then you have the reason to leave, or you have the reason to being pissed, or you have the reason to feel that you are not happy. And this is also how brain works, but not in a protective way. So we have to catch ourselves in this moment, that like, is it protectiveness, like our brain wants to protect us, or is it exactly the opposite? And then do something what you did, Hazel. And when you also said, David, to like being aware what we are doing and try to detach immediately. Like 30 minutes is, oh my gosh, like you are amazing. Seriously. So be proud of yourself. For me, it was really like 3 days without session to being in this storm. So
It's
yeah.
been 3 days for me in the past, so.
Yeah. So Hazel, anything else for you?
Something I just remembered something. I can't remember who said this, but somebody said that you don't you grow when you're uncomfortable. And the moment we just had before we got cut off, I was uncomfortable, but I feel like I have grown.
Hmm,
So yeah.
that's great.
Actually, Hazel, I would
Mhm.
like to say that you have grown. You don't feel like you have grown. You have grown.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's now a having in the world that you are a different
Right.
person now.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So that was beautiful. And thank you for sharing that and being vulnerable with in in a public setting.
Yeah.
So it really took something.
It just felt right. So
Yeah,
I
that
just
was
went with it.
awesome.
Yeah.
And
Thank you
you
so
look
much.
free. You look
Yeah.
happy.
Relieved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm
Okay,
so
team.
grateful you shared this moment. Seriously.
Yes.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm giving you guys a group hug.
Aw, it feels warm. It does feel warm. I don't have the muscles that David has always, but it's okay. I will have them. Mine
I
are
don't
coming.
have the muscles David has either, so.
It's coming soon. We're all stepping into the best version of ourselves with more muscles. Intentionality. All right, team. It's been a great call. Stay tuned for next week's podcast. And yeah, enjoy your weekend.
Bye.
Bye.